site of the World Series, where everyone is expecting the Brew Crew to be. I am here live with Daniel Towell, the head coach, captain, the GM, president, and CEO of Brew Crew organization. Dano,
welcome.
Welcome.
It's great to be here.
We miss you. We haven't had you on in a long time.
It's crazy. It's wild. It's wild.
Dan, take us through very quickly. First of all, your injury update. You have a injury of DANNO. I noticed he showed up to the field, got 5 more hits just by showing up on one leg. They were all singles, but I was there. At least 2 extra base hits would have been had on any normal human being if he was healthy.
The guy's really amazing. When you look at the video of the actual injury, you can't help but be, really scared for him, because it was like, boom, like a tree, just fell, it was a wild scene. But I think he's really been making crazy progress every day, etc. It was very slow in the beginning. We were pushing him to take an MRI. You got to take an MRI. He's like, dude, okay, I'll take an MRI. I'm setting up MRIs for him with Mikey Miz. It still didn't happen. Well, because he woke up yesterday like Adam Banks from Mighty Ducks, and he's like, oh, I can rotate it. There's no, the pain is gone, coach. I'm like, okay, whatever. He might play first, this week, but
wow.
But I don't think that's happening. My brain trust has told me.
Who is your brain trust?
It's an irresponsible decision for him to play first. You're a clown if he plays first. I'll tell you, at the end of the day,
what?
And it's not just being like humble or anything like that. It's really the people around a captain that he surrounds himself with.
Brain trust.
If you surround yourself with a good brain trust, that like they're not gonna push too hard. At the end of the day, they're like, okay, you're cool, but you suck. Then at least you get a chance to really think about it. You know. And I got a lot of people. Listen, the brain trust has really expanded to the whole entire team.
Wow, you are vibing.
We're vibing.
12-person brain trust.
If anybody has anything to tell me, they say it on the side, and it all works itself out.
You're known to have that open door policy. Anyone can come into your managerial office.
I just don't want to push the people.
Right.
I just don't want to push them too hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what's really special about this squad, that they really just, everything's happening within them, from them, like they're pushing me. First of all, I'm batting 263, so we don't have to push me. Like they're pushing me to work, but
I think we're bragging that you're batting 263. I am batting 263,
it's
baby.
really hot. It's
you're getting under the ball consistently. I saw every
but I had a couple ones to do it against Black Sox.
This week you were better.
I was better
this
against
week,
Black Sox.
You were better. Unless you were one of the guys that hit the high pop or got a home run because Ike moved from. We'll get to that, but let me ask you, Dan, who is the brain trust? Who's the main brain trust?
I'm going to chat with DK and Abe Haber.
Really? So Abe Haber has been there over and over and over again?
And I have a very strong relationship with DANNO, with Jimmy. Jimmy, I speak consistently with Jimmy on the side.
How could you not? He's not going to let you not.
No, but the guy's really, you see, he's unbelievable. The guy's unbelievable.
Baby.
I don't know, Like in the beginning of the year, I was like, oh man, this might be too much to handle, too hot to handle.
Too hot.
But you've been on your fair share of these fiery guys. When you really tap into what they really want to do and and who they are, he's an easy dude. And it's all happening because we're just winning.
It's always a struggle when someone in your brain trust is not hitting. You have Abe Haber in your brain trust. You're talking to him constantly. You're making lineups. But for 5 weeks, let's say, or 4 weeks, he was not hitting at all. How do you handle that? Does he offer to move himself down in the lineup? Or does he just keep his spot because he has your ear?
We have a very hard policy on wherever you hit in the lineup, big spots are going to find everybody.
They're going to find everybody.
Big spots find Taskisi in the 10.
Yeah.
Big spot finds Ralph Cohen in the 9. Big spots are going to find you. It's just the number of where you're batting.
Right.
And this guy's the most clutch guy, could be argued, the most clutch guy in 5 years.
Could be argued.
Yeah. So we don't even talk about it really, Every Sunday somebody else is showing up to the field, and pulling through for us. And he'll have his time. There's so much more left to go.
Funny thing about Abe Haber, you mentioned that he was so clutch for swimming the whole year, and then the World Series he was terrible, couldn't get a hit the whole World Series. But the opposite of that was like White Walkers. Every time in the postseason they needed a big hit, including on this field against the Maccabees. He nailed them with an 11th inning base hit. He has so many big hits. I think he has the hit
But also
or the throw from right field that hit the pole over there and came back.
But didn't he have a huge base hit against the Black Sox that we don't even talk about?
What was the hit?
He drove in the first couple of runs. No?
When? Yesterday?
In Black Sox last week. This past week.
Okay, so take me through it.
I think he had a jack to left. You know, his first AB.
Yes.
Base
With
hit,
2
2
outs.
runs with 2 outs.
With 2 outs.
So that's not clutch.
That's clutch.
I'm saying, so we expect the guy to come to the field and have Nanu performances and Jimmy performances and give me 5-6 hits and Mickey performances.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll come. That'll come.
The pressure really is on you, Dan, because you're not just in first place. You're 10-2. Very few teams get to 10-2. You're hoping to get to 12-2, which is swimming 12-2.
Oh, yeah.
That's their record. You started 1-1, so you won 9 out of 10. You're on fire, but you also have on your team Nanu, Jimmy. These guys have never won before. These are veterans. They want to win. You've won. Haber's won a few times. DK has won. Everyone has won around there except you rookies. And Leo Casson has won.
Has Win won?
Wien? I don't think so.
That's right. I think there's 3.
Oh my God! Wien has never won
to this team. That I could be wrong. You gotta maybe go in the edit room.
Unless he won in the dark era, he's definitely not won in the last 5 years.
Mine doesn't even count. It was Orioles before you came.
Yeah.
You know, it's the forgotten season.
But it's remembered because JT threw you directly under the bus as soon as you won that.
I'll tell you, I love that man.
You do.
I love that dude.
I sort of love him also.
Dude.
Yeah.
How could you sort of the guy says everything right? You know, I don't know if he says everything right. Whatever. But just like tip your hat. You gotta tip your hat to the guy. You know, he did that in the
Yes.
video. You know,
Yes.
when the guy on beast mode hit it a ton. What was his name?
Hank.
Yeah, you gotta tip your hat. You gotta tip your hat. I'm like, oh my God, I'd be going nuts. I'd be like, this mother, you know.
That guy Hank Dweck is having a crazy year. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what his batting average is, but he has a few bombs.
Those
He hit
guys
the
square the
parking
ball
lot.
up. Those guys
They're
square the ball
good.
up.
That
Yeah.
team got good now all of a sudden. I think they got the benefit of this
But their run
replacement.
differential's horrible, no?
Negative 31. Negative
So
31.
I don't know. You know, I don't know how good you could
Red
see it.
flag
Yeah.
when you see that negative 31.
Red flag.
I looked again. I was
But
like,
a lot
it
of
can't
great
be negative
players. A
31.
lot of great players. The Lakewood tribe is very good, you know, and anything managed by Sammy, he's good. He's really solid.
It's Lakewood. It's Knightley.
Mavora.
It's
you got
Mavora.
It's a cocktail. It's a cocktail of people. And dude, it could get working. They're 5-7, and they could get there.
It could get working, but they might have in this cocktail too many chefs in the kitchen because it took them too long to replace Steven. Guy was out 4 weeks by their own team doctor. Now, listen, their team doctor may have had ulterior motives with Nanu. He's still under investigation under his prognosis of Nanu. But for his own team, he said Steven's not coming back for 4 or 5 weeks. They didn't replace him for a while. Then all of a sudden they replaced him and Ralph rapid fire. It became like, we're replacing everybody today.
They just cleaned house, you know?
They cleaned house.
And look where it got them.
But they have Mavora always wants to go 4 outfielders. They have a lot of different voices there. I don't know if they could all just say, Sammy, make the decisions with his brain trust and let's rock and roll, because they are playing better of late. But I'm concerned they got too many opinions going on over there.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, and I don't know if they're all going to rally behind them. The way the Brew Crew is just like, I show up to a Brew Crew field, I show up to Milwaukee, everyone's like, I don't know, it's Danno.
It's just
It's
a great vibe,
Talk
you know?
to Danno. Danno makes the lineup. Danno will say where I'm playing. Everyone is like falling in line behind Danno.
Great group, man. Great group.
The knock on you used to be you were a great on-field captain, but you couldn't draft a team. But threat level midnight, you drafted the best team in the league. It didn't work out because that one day against the Knights. But now, once again, this year, we gave you an A from the beginning. You looked at your roster, and it looked like a championship team.
It's a great team. There's not a lot of holes, you know. I think one thing that we really pride ourselves on is the defense.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like everybody made a lot of their plays.
Let's talk about the defense. You made a big move, Nanu going to first. That's a big move. Nanu always played third here. You gave him the first base job. However, your third baseman, who you love, I see him week by week. He's either 0 or 100, it seems to me. He missed every play this week against Chicago. Last week against Shake and Make, he made every play. And I think the 3 weeks before that, he missed every play again.
Listen, you know, the philosophy is physical errors will always live with.
Yeah.
You know, physical errors will live with, the mental errors are going to be a problem, you know? And I think as long as you have to make mental errors,
right.
Dude, you saw it. Shake and Bake, Butchie's our gold glover.
Every play.
Shake and Bake's going to vote for Butchie for gold glove, you know?
Yes.
Black Sox are going to be like, what the heck? You know,
Right.
Anything we gave him, when it kicked to the side, okay, 2 plays. You live with it. Because he has it in him to make every play. So if a player has it in him to make every play, keep sending them out there.
Okay.
Keep sending them out. I think, you know, the problem, not the problem, but the thing about winning this league that makes it so special is that you have to really show up every Sunday. The margin between number 1 to number 8 is so slim.
It is
so slim.
Like, you almost lost to Chicago.
Black Sox left the field last week saying these guys aren't so good, right?
For sure.
And we imploded. You know. So for a team to feel that way, you're close. You're close.
You are close.
So we have no. We're not deluded into thinking anything. We're taking it a step at a time. We can't even look. First of all, the aura from this field is wild.
You haven't been
here
here
on
in
the
a
championship field.
You guys are so
It's
good.
crazy.
You've been shipped out to Memorial the last month. You're too good to play here right now.
I pray that I'm on this field
You're
July
coming
4th.
back
You know. I mean, either I'll be rancing on the side, or I'll be on the field catching. You know.
I hear you, Dan. You've been in the league how many years now? I don't know. 15 years?
I want to say 16. Yeah.
Okay, 15, 16 years. You've seen great teams. You've seen terrible teams.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen an inning like the Chicago Black Sox put up against you? I mean, how did you? It was hard not to laugh when I saw the highlights, and I got warned. I got warned. Bub said, you will see the most embarrassing inning in the history of softball. I said, all right, it sounds like you guys made a bunch of errors. I could never have imagined Jeffrey Saka calling off everybody and missing the ball by like 6 feet.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. That was wild.
Why would a pitcher call off a second baseman? He's,
right. If anything,
running.
we're giving way. We're giving way.
Move out of the way. Usually when it's on the mound, the
Yeah.
pitcher is running out of the way. Jeffrey's turning around like he's, Terrell Owens.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And Ike Batesh vacating.
Home plate. Yeah. And Gobby had the
Interference
presence.
at first.
Yeah.
Oh my God, just error after error after error. Have you ever seen an inning like that? And you've seen bad innings?
Yeah, no, tough to say that you did. It was 4-1. You know, they were in control.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, the wheels kind of came off. That being said, they're a sweep away, and another team being swept away from being in. And our team left the field last week saying a lot of really great individual players on that team. A lot of great individual. And it wasn't like they're looking to implode.
Yeah.
They were together at that field. They were looking to take it to us for sure. I think we were prepared. We were prepared. Like as much as you say we could have gotten swept, we also could not have gotten swept. Like first game 7-2, we did it. Second game they came on us, but we held them at 4.
7-2. Your first game was so professional. Every run with two outs. This first inning, like you said, Abe Haber with the 2 outs. He's just getting a hit. Next guy gets a hit. Mickey Towell has been a godsend for you. Do you know what round you got him in?
9th.
Ridiculous. Guy hit a home run week 1. We thought, all right, everyone's going to move to left field line. Guy hits everywhere.
It was wild.
Natural hitter, great hitter. Congratulations to him. He just had twins and everything. But like you said, Chicago, a bunch of individual players. They are not a team. I get that you're saying that they're not looking to implode on each other, but
But the fact that it happens just shows you can't hide that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It'll just happen. You got to really be playing for each other. If you're really playing for each other, the chips fall where they may, and you can no regrets.
Yeah. I find that it's just, I don't know. There's factions. There's Henry is friendly with Jeffrey. I think that's a friendship. That's real. I don't know that anyone else on this team is vibing with Jeffrey. I think he's taking way too long to pitch the ball rubbing the dirt on his head. It's torture out there, and I think it leads to errors. You can't tell me you're sitting at third base and waiting for this guy to bend down, rub the dirt, move back, hit it, nephew. All the stupidity, and the guy at third now gets a hot shot at 1 billion miles an hour, and it goes off his leg.
Yeah.
I think it plays into effect all the antics and just the amount of time it takes him to pitch a ball. I think it's, I don't know. I mean, he's the oldest pitcher in the league, and I don't know what the future really is. I'm not sure who's drafting him next year based off a 3-11 year.
But then all of a sudden, the guy gets himself to the El Jefe Classic, play-in game, which he's still on the precipice of going to, and his team goes to the World Series.
I would be shocked if he's pitching in that game this year. It's his game.
It's his game.
It is called National El Jefe Day.
12 o'clock.
His game. 12 o'clock, that field, Jeffrey Saka on the mound, nephew David Saka showing up in a collared shirt with a bagel, sitting there, Carlos sitting there all day. National El Jefe Day, but I would be shocked if they are in that game. I really think they will not be in that game. And it won't be because beast mode won't get swept. They might get swept. I cannot imagine Chicago winning two straight games. I think they're just not a team.
And they're playing a Pickles team, right?
They're playing Pickles.
These Pickles guys are coming along. This guy Yak, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You got to be ready for him on a lot of levels.
Tell me all the
you
levels.
You got to be ready. So because he talks.
He does not shut up.
He talks.
He might get in trouble with an umpire very soon because in the playoffs we're not putting up with the arguing.
And dude, playoff time, everybody's a loose cannon. He talks to me. I might tiger him. I might just tiger.
Yeah, exactly. So he's getting away. I mean, at 2-10, we were throwing them on Memorial 17. No one was paying attention to them or whatever. But when you get them on Fireman's West all of a sudden, and there's people watching, and J Money and El Dongo, and you see 3 angles of this guy screaming at an AB, he might run into trouble with that going forward. This is not the night league.
And Z was tamed.
Yeah.
Z was tamed. I'm saying Z has a tiger too. Playoff time, Z might make a guess.
I don't know that Z was tamed. I think they were all in a coma on that team. They did not show up for softball that week.
But back to Yak for a second. Okay, he talks, but he also backs it up.
Oh, he backs it up. He's
the guy could hit and the guy could pitch.
He's a first-round pick.
First-round pick.
Hitting, he's a first-round hitting.
Second.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed.
Wherever Jimbo goes, Yak could go.
Correct.
He's as good of a hitter as
Jimbo went 18.
Bang.
Right? Yeah.
But
Yak could go there.
17 or 19, whatever.
Yak's definitely living up to his billing.
He's a sick hitter, and if you're going to say he's going to also be able to pitch, not that he wanted to, but maybe now he does, I don't know. But that improves his position, like if he's your pitcher also. Okay, that's him. Barsano started off better, seems to have tailed off. Not sure, I hasn't seen him in the highlights or
MC's getting white hot. The guy's where he needs to be now.
Yeah.
Right? Jordy, this team has Jordy.
Jordy's great. Jordy's great. Jordy's swing changed a little bit. It's more like of a, I don't know.
Gets on top of it, but it's lined.
It's line drive every time. Jordy does not fly out.
Yeah.
He'll ground out, he'll line out, or whatever. You don't see the lazy fly ball from Jordy. It's going a few years now. You don't see him go, 1 for 6 with 4 pop-ups. It never happens.
I like the Pickles team a lot. So I don't really see, I can't really see the Black Sox sweeping the Pickles.
I can't see it either. And the Pickles.
But I love you, Joe G. That's not a knock. I'm just saying I can't see it.
I don't think Joe G could see it. I mean, it's a shame because they should be saying, holy cow, we're still alive. Let's go beat the Pickles, the other last place team, Let's go beat them and hope Beast Mode loses. It's not impossible. You can't ask for anything better. If they got to pick their opponent, they pick the next worst team.
Correct.
And if you got the team you want to lose to, you pick the next worst team. That's what they have.
They have it right in front of them. It's still all
right
in front of them. So,
but nobody's giving them even a fighter's chance to get to National Jefe Day.
And I don't think they earned that, but they might earn it now, and then they might.
Last year at 3-9, Slap in the Base swept Los Caballos, and they both ended 5-9, and then Los Caballos beat Slap in the Base in the play-in game. So it could happen at 3-9. You could sweep and force a game. Neither of us see it happening, but that's why we play the game.
That's why we play the games.
That's why we play the game.
Absolutely.
You're playing the hipsters. It's not a good time to play them. They are much better now than they were in the beginning of the year. I will tell you why. They changed their defense. Allie's moving to a corner. Third, first, second, maybe second or whatever. Seems Leo Petroto is the shortstop.
I saw that.
He's not going to make you diving stops like Zach or Jordy or
He's
Gabe.
solid. That guy's solid.
He's making every play.
Yeah.
Ground ball comes to him.
He's a ball player. He's a ball player. Listen, I think the hipsters are definitely going to come out ready to, make a statement. I think, this is where they're going to build confidence for the postseason. If they get to us and they sweep us, they won't believe they'll believe they could have overcome anything. We played this team, we beat this team. This team's nothing. We got these guys. Yeah. So we have to be ready in our clubhouse for that. And we're really preparing as if we need to sweep them.
How do you do that though? It's so hard when you're 10-2 you say it.
You just don't change anything.
I hope not.
The preparation's been the same. The chatter has been the same. Nobody's listen. I'm not gonna say we haven't celebrated. When you accomplish something that's on our goal, that was one of our goals from before the year, you should celebrate.
Your goal was get the bye. I assume.
Get the bye was the first goal.
First goal. Get the bye.
We got the bye. We could celebrate that.
Great.
But now it's done. You know, now you got to really get back to work. It only fueled people's hunger more.
Right.
But we'll see what the product on the field shows.
And you guys are having fun showing up to
If
the
you ain't
ballpark.
having fun in the YMSL, there's something wrong. There's really something wrong.
There was something wrong. Chicago is not having fun. The Pickles, the first 4 weeks with MC on the mound, were not having fun.
And I've elongated this period of fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be 9 to 12. You know, I'm leaving the house 7:30. I'm coming home 1:45.
Listen,
it's
there's
crazy.
negative
you know?
0% chance Raquel is ever watching this or seeing this clip.
Right.
Your game ended 11:30 the other day.
Walked in 122 drunk.
1:30.
You know?
She had a baby 2 days before. You were dead drunk.
You have
had a
multiple
case
hands
of
on
beer.
deck. You know.
You're leaving, you go, Norm, you didn't see me here.
He's like,
wasn't
dude, I
here.
know, you know.
I played a 12-inning game just now. Meanwhile, you finished an hour and a half before. The Brew Crew is just a great, great vibe. It's really a great vibe, and you guys show up every week, and you're yelling every week. It's just so many different heads, a lot of big boys on your team also.
Yeah.
You guys are a wide
yeah.
load.
Black Sox told us, you know, our BMI is the highest in the league.
Someone from the Black Sox said, I can't tell if he's safe or out because each one of their guys is huge. I can't see the base.
Dude, we're a big team.
You're
we're a big team.
You're
we're not
fast-
fleet of foot. We're
you're
not
a
fleet of
fast
foot. Yeah,
team.
we're not fleet of foot.
Right. Okay, so hipsters, I really think are turning it around. They're ready to make that move. I think they're getting hot, although it's hard to say that because they never sweep. I think they're getting hot at the right time. They're playing better at the right time is what I want to say.
Guys that always teams that just always have a shot and a seat at the table are teams with Eddie Harari, Max Yedid, Naby. You got a seat at the table.
You have a seat at the table.
There's just no way.
Not so much in AB recently until this year, really, but you have a seat at the table. But I thought you were going to say teams with Eddie Harari, Farka, Abe J. These teams are always.
That's the hipsters team. Yeah.
That's what I thought you were going
Very
with.
dangerous squad.
In other words,
Yeah.
they've all been in the league forever. These are veterans. They know that, like, you don't need to sweep week 1 to get to the playoffs. You just need to improve, tinker, figure out your field, figure out your lineup, and now it's time to get hot.
Yeah.
And I think they're a real live team in this league going forward.
Oh,
I
I
really
agree.
think they're live for they have a chance to win the championship. It's hard to believe because they never swept, but I just love the way they're playing compared to Jody LeBeau is contributing.
Oof.
Bensta is
10 ribbies.
contributing. Yeah, 10 ribbies.
10 ribbies.
Insane.
10 ribbies. And he's going to the right side.
Yeah.
I'm saying Jody went to right field there. You know, like
Yes.
he used to only be pull,
dead
pull,
pull.
pull.
He
You
used
know,
to be dead pull.
now he's
He
going with the
fixed that.
pitch. It's a different gas. These guys make adjustments to give you longevity.
Farka also whipped the ball down the right field line instead of rolling over it to second base like we saw last year.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, me and Farka are gonna get into a fight again. You
Good.
know, I'm just saying,
Good.
it's just always gonna happen. Me, Abe, Jeff, Farka, we're just gonna get into fights because I saw the video, you know, and I guess Farka was upset at something that Yedid said. Okay, he said something, but you know, he's just gonna. Let's go! You know, spin around.
Spin around.
I throw the ball at.
Do the
at
spin
Farka.
over here so we can
He's
see
like,
what you're
this is-
talking about.
Let's go!
Right.
You know, like, dude, touch home, you know, and let's go, you know?
Right.
You know?
I mean, it wasn't a home run, it was a double. It should have
And
been
an
a
overthrow
double.
again,
The throw
whatever.
went from right
Yeah.
to left. I don't know how that happens. Right to left, the throw went. But either way, I mean, I think he's just pumping up his team. Him and
He is.
Max are great. They're swimming
They're boys.
teammates.
Yeah,
they're boys. They got no problem.
I shouldn't judge that because they have a leash with each other already. If
For
you're
sure.
not pissing off Max, you're good. You know,
Yeah.
Max would have responded there. You
No,
know?
you did.
It's
It's
more
not
like-
getting pissed off at Farka or Zach. Those
Right.
three are the big three from swimming.
Right.
You know, they have that bond. It's like you and JT. You're not
The
going to get
bond
pissed
forever.
off.
Yeah, you're just not gonna get pissed off.
By the way, you're 2 wins away from the World Series and making another lifetime bond with all these boys where you're never going to get pissed off at Jimmy ever if you win this ring.
Ever. It's wild. And the lifetime bond thing is really
real.
legit. It's really legit. I
It's
see Kush,
real.
you know, like, O's, you know? It's crazy. Louis Franco on the street. O's.
I see Ralph cheering. He hasn't played in the league in
Exposed.
ages. He's like, "Can you believe we scored from second on that?"
It's crazy. Yeah, you really,
crazy.
it's taken on a life of its own. Everybody loves it so much, and it's a great group. It's a great group. Great
Mo
96.
Shia, Mo Haber.
Solid team.
Yeah?
Solid team.
Are they solid?
Solid team.
They
Max
swept
Yedid.
the Pickles early and the Black Sox.
Solid.
They got swept by you and Shake and Bake.
Our games against them were very high octane. That was the
Yeah?
one that I got chucked out of. And
Oh, that's when
Mickey
you
got chucked
assaulted
out
the
of.
umpire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Assault, the whole giz.
Yeah.
Mo Haber just does magical things with his organizations, you know, and he has his team ready to play, you know, and everybody, Mo Haber and Z now in the captain chat have started really playing the reverse Nahas, you know. Our
It's like
team's
a
not that good.
reverse-
The reverse Nahas, you know, it works. You gotta just be ready for it. You gotta be ready for it.
I don't go for the triple, quadruple, reverse.
Right. But I'm saying let's just go over Moshiach for a second.
Go over it.
Buka, just lethal. The guy's lethal.
What a home run he
What
is.
a
You
home
saw
run,
that film
you
of the
know?
home run, right?
Yeah,
A
dude.
beautiful home run.
It's crazy.
Right, okay, fine. Next.
Struck him from the record, you know.
Struck him from
It's
the-
crazy.
Never existed.
But I'm saying he won that game for them, 2-1. You know,
1-all game.
Yeah,
The guy
one
hits a
game.
2-out home run. By the way,
And the
how
guy's
are you
so-
not
so
filming in a
humble.
1-all
I know,
game?
I don't know. It's-
One-all-
The Israeli Day Parade is to blame. It's to blame.
I got to pay.
Right?
By the way, Jay Money works.
He's unbelievable, Jay
Takes
Money.
2 detentions to come show up to the fields for us on Israeli Day Parade.
Unbelievable.
He's like, no way. I made a commitment. I'm here. I'll serve the 2
It's
detentions.
unbelievable. He really has a love of the league.
Okay, Buka, go. Keep
El
going.
Saka and left,
Yeah.
you know, he's a real hitter.
Hot and
He's-
cold.
But he's not hitting well.
I don't know. He's like 1 week 8 for 8, 1 week 0 for 7, 1 week. I don't know. He's not.
Then Al Zolta and right.
That's your boy, but I don't know what he. These guys aren't really all coming together. I don't know what it is.
Still time. Then Saka,
You're
third
missing
base.
their best one. Juber's having the best year.
Juber's on
that
2B.
team.
I'm going to go over.
Oh, okay.
No, not 2B. Juber is short center, right?
Now I guess
Juber and
he's-
Eshko. Dude, Juber and Eshko.
Esco. I
The
keep
guy,
forgetting
all the
about
guy
him.
does is hit.
Yeah.
All the guy does is hit. Yeah, he grinds my gears because he high stepped on the field 7 years ago when one hit.
5 years ago. Only
oh
5
boy,
years
was he
ago.
high stepping.
He was
high
high-stepping.
stepping, you know. But
Lumber
okay.
Kings.
And that's yeah, it festers in me.
It
It
does.
just stays. Why, man? Eshko's a great dude, you know.
Esco's
But-
a great guy. Probably one of the best captains we've had.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
I think you, Mocas, Eshko. These are great. Zach.
Lee.
Abadi. These are
Abadi.
great captains. Like if we get all you on the same year, maybe I could rest a little bit easier one time. But Esco really never gave us a problem as a captain ever, no matter what.
He does things
Like,
the right way.
He does things the right way, and he always has a good team. But he high stepped on the Lumber Kings when one hit. Gamal didn't touch third base.
But also he can't blame him because that he was in.
He was
You know?
in.
Dude, my people tell me, dude, he's allowed to high step like that. You know, I was
you
like,
would have went nuts.
I was going nuts. I
You
went
would've-
nuts.
if
I
you
went
were
nuts,
him,
yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I would have went nuts. I would have had a party on the
You would
field.
have been ripping off your clothes. You
Yeah,
would've
don't
been
do a
nuts.
double standard,
Right,
you know, but-
right.
yeah.
Okay, so that festers within you,
Yeah.
but he can't throw the ball because of the injury, but he's a sick hitter.
Yeah, sick hitter.
Him
Sick hitter.
and Juber hitting great. Mo Haber
Shortstop is
himself did
Ruby.
great. Ruby doing shortstop.
Vacuum.
He's
you know?
a vacuum.
And again, the most important player that we're not mentioning
Who?
is Maxi Deed.
Of course. EKT.
So the guy, you know, you have Maxi Deed, you have a seat to the dance.
Yedid is not pitching. Maybe it's the defense. I think he's walking more people than he usually does. I know there was a game with an automatic out, your game, so there was 6 walks intentionally or whatever. But even without that, he's walking a lower lineup guys that I've never seen him do before. He never walks Nate Batesh before Farka comes up,
Right.
ever.
Right.
This year he's doing it. He works so quickly. Sometimes I wish he would just take a breath. I'm not going to teach him how to pitch. I don't know how to pitch. I'm just saying he seems to work so quickly sometimes that he's like a little bit more careless with the bottoms of the orders, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah, you just got to raise that focus and compete level, and
That's
I'm
it.
sure he'll do it.
Of course he's going to do it.
Yeah,
He knows
he'll
what
do
he's
it.
doing.
Yeah,
I'm not
he'll
worried
do
about
it.
him. Okay, next.
Biblical, man.
What do you
Biblical could
think-
get the buy, dude. Biblical could get the buy in a scenario, right?
In almost any scenario. All they got to
Yeah.
do is sweep.
Win 2.
And
They
then
gotta win
they
2.
have the bye.
Talk about a good team. Talk about a team that could really, dude. Their pitcher, Edmund Beta,
Great.
sick,
Kid's great.
sick. They got
He's-
JT.
Edmund Beta is going to fly up in the draft next year, no matter what happens the rest of the way. Unless he implodes and unless he goes berserk or something, unless something bad happens, this guy's going to fly up. What a pitcher. I can't believe how fast he
Yeah,
throws.
very good, really very good, and fiery. You know,
Fiery.
Definitely has that fire and will to want to win. You know,
Young.
which is huge. Which is huge. Let's go through this team. So center field is JT.
Before you go through
Unbelievable.
the team, what do you think of T.I.? Like, you're sitting here now. There's going to be no headline
I'm
news.
trying for this to be the least entertaining video. I want people shutting it off.
Shut it
You
off.
know?
I couldn't get
Shut
through
it off, baby.
I watched 7 minutes. I couldn't get through
it.
By the way, a few people told me, although I got like crazy reaction from the T.I. interview, 2 or 3 people told me I'm 20 minutes in and I turned it off.
Wow.
Yeah, people said he's going after people too personally. around 30 people said, actually at 20 minutes also, I'm 20 minutes in. This is the best interview I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's unbelievable.
So, but okay, what do you think of him holding on to the Farka versus Marty and like all these things, that calling out Sammy S's, Eddie Michon, all these guys?
It's all good. I could only go by like his action, not his words, you know? And his actions to people is only positive.
Positive.
Buying Mazat plates, seeing the guy on the field and just hugging it out, you know? So, you know, he's an emotional guy that all he wants to do is win, you know? And he's just gonna just speak his mind.
Right.
Sometimes, like me, I'm thinking too much about what I'm gonna tell a guy, you know? He's not thinking, and it could work.
Right.
It could really work. But I do know that some guys that he did call out, you know, it hurts to be called out, man.
Yeah.
As much as it's a gas, whatever, it hurts people, you know. But
MC doesn't seem to care less.
MC's because MC is very comfortable in what he's doing, you know.
Exactly. MC's like, yeah, I cost my team the first 4 games. I mean, if they get in, all sins are forgiven for MC.
Yeah.
If they get in, who cares if they experimented? But if they lose out by 1 game, MC cost them that season.
It's funny. I never played with MC, and I told MC, I think he won the championship last year, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, you've changed my whole outlook on who you are.
Yeah.
You know, which like shame on me for ever, you know, whatever. But,
Shame.
But he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
He's a good dude. He's a sick hitter. He's a great hitter. Loves that right center gap. He's just a naturally pure great hitter, a great center fielder. And one
but that
day,
guy just got to play center field and hit.
Yeah.
Not have to pitch. You know.
Like, in other words, the next pitcher from a position player should probably be someone like Ali, who's can't really play short anymore. It's too much for him, the hips or whatever, and we know he could pitch a little bit. You want to tell me after 40 years now he wants to become a pitcher and he's going to work on it? Okay. Why would a 25-year-old center fielder, first overall pick, become a pitcher? Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Unless you're Nate B or Maxie Deed or Eddie Harari or Edmund Maid, unless you're actually already a pitcher, why are you coming from Gold Glove center field to pitch? Forget all that. I'm not going back into that a million times. What do you think of T.I.'s tactic to just call out Farka, call out MC, call out these people and just put the bullseye right on him?
It's not my way.
Right.
It's not my way. But I respect his way. I respect his way.
It works for him.
Yeah, definitely works for him. Definitely works for him. Like I'm very like talk about, you know, things that still affect you, you know. The TLM thing, you know, that was I learned a lot of how to be a captain then too, you know. I
forgot you played with T.I., right?
I should not have let that interview go on, you know. Should not have let it go on, you know, because that really woke up the entire league.
That woke up the Kakambas.
Dude, the Kakambas, the Jabari with the pressures of fear us, you know, like I'm saying, if that's T.I.'s team, go do it, you know.
Batty said after that interview,
you just lost.
You wrote checks that you can't cash. You wrote checks that Joe G has to cash now and all that. That was.
But it's not on him because that's T.I.'s style, and that was T.I. showing TLM we're not scared. We could do this, you know. But I didn't back it up the right way. Right. I didn't back it up the right way, and I shouldn't even because it's not my way, you know. So it was a gazy. It was a missed opportunity, dude. The Knights came into that game looking to kill us. Yeah. Kill us, you know? You had Abe Jeff, you had Farka, already walking in like, pressure doesn't fear them, win this inning, and you were like, oh my God, how do we, and we still played a sick effing game. Dude, we still do. We lost 3-2, 2-1, and leads in the 7th.
You took the
lead in the 7th.
Lead in the 17th.
Yeah,
you led in the 17th. You went up by 1. You also got screwed by a terrible call at first in that inning, but you did lead in the 7th.
But that feeling after is what fuels you for this year. You know, you know you need to win it. You know
what's great? Like, we don't know what's going to happen in the next month or so, but every year we went through the 1-hit game. We went through the TLM game, Red Level Midnight, that 17-inning, 10-inning game. Something crazy is going to happen. Kakambas hit the leaf. History will be made in the next month. It's not just going to be ho-hum games. Something insane that we never saw before is going to happen again, and you're either going to be on the good end of it or the bad end of it. It might be HBH Heartbreak Hotel. It might be.
You just can't let yourself get there where, like, you know, you don't want your last text to the team to be, you know, what a magical year we had.
It's not magical.
It's the worst year ever, you know, ever, you know.
Dude, you're never going to get a team like this.
Never.
I'm telling you.
We made a sick trade in the beginning of the year.
What'd you do?
Oh, that's how I got the 2 picks in the 3rd and the 4th round.
I don't remember any of this.
Jabati. I took the Jabati for the JT type of trade.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no.
So
Jabadi
gave me 2
overpaid
picks. Yeah, he
tremendously
overpaid there, yeah.
for JT, and you ended up getting 2 picks. Who'd you take with those 2 picks?
Haber and Nano.
Haber and Nanu.
So my first 4 picks were Gabe, Jimmy.
Jimbo.
No, but I picked Win in there.
We.
Win. Nanu and
You
Haber.
took at the first pick of the 3rd round on your. Did you have a wraparound? Where'd you pick? What pick were you?
9, 8, and
so you won-
7 and 10.
7 and 10.
I remember my
took
Gabe
Gabe
and
at
Win.
7.
Gabe and Win. I had
took Win
center
at
field. Yeah,
10?
I had shortstop and center field.
Oh, because you traded
And
the
then
10.
I had Jimmy, right?
You traded the 10. That's what Jabadi took from you for JT.
Correct.
And then
correct.
you got something later. So you took Gabe, and then later you took Win and Jimbo.
Jimmy, yeah,
right.
yeah.
Jimbo and Win.
Jimbo and Win,
You
yeah.
took Jimbo and the
And
Jordan.
then I had another 2 picks. I took Nanu and Haber.
Nanu and Haber. See, Nanu dropped because he had such bad years the last couple of years, and he's
Oh,
stepping
but
up
all right,
so
we the
much.
beneficiary.
You are the beneficiary, and besides for that, you then later took Leo because nobody took pitchers. Nobody drafted Amy Pitcher Cohen, Jeffrey Saka, or Leo.
Yeah.
The guy won 2 rings in the last 4 years.
The guy is a lion.
You're
How about that? The
catching
guy,
him. How is
the
it?
guy's a lion. You
Yeah.
know, 35 minutes into the interview, and we haven't even mentioned the guy's
mentioned
name.
his name?
The guy's
Or barely Gabe
and you're
also.
right, how can you not mention Gabri? You know,
Your team is so good.
crazy.
It's crazy.
And Leo, just the thing that impresses me most about Leo is his command of the zone. this
Yeah?
year. You know, like legit, he's hitting spots. And number 2 thing is that he's got some nasty in him, where like he really wants to win.
Yeah.
Like he's told me some stuff on the thing where like, wow,
Yeah,
dude, like let's go, baby. You know.
Yeah, Lee. I mean, he's won a few times. He's not going to be the punching bag of the league anymore. Oh, but they have Leo or whatever. By the way, Jigga, who now faced all the pitchers except one this week, said of all the pitchers he faced this year, the guy who hides the ball the most is Leo.
Yeah.
You can't see the ball. So does he throw as hard as may be? Of course not. But you can't
It
pick
feels
up the
like it's on
ball.
you as quick because
Yeah.
you can't pick up the ball. Absolutely.
And he's also not afraid to pitch outside. Like, to me, Eddie Harari throws harder than Leo, but he only pitches inside too much. I think Leo goes in, out, in, out. And you're catching, you
Yeah.
know better than me.
We're
but
definitely making a conscious effort to go in, out.
yeah,
You know? We
I see it.
definitely go in, out, especially on some true pull hitters. Because
Yeah.
if you go out on them, they
And they
roll
pull,
over.
they roll
They
over.
roll over.
They gotta
It's
go with
huge.
that
I love
pitch.
I love a Hideki Matsui rollover.
Yeah,
Nothing better than
nothing like
that.
it.
You know,
Nothing
nothing
like
better.
it. But dude, if they go with that pitch, you
Yeah.
have Abe Haber waiting there in right field.
Yeah, and then just you can't say enough about the squad right now. And,
DK paying dividends for you.
oh my God.
Guy's still batting
Oh my
500.
God.
Are we still talking 500 with
Batting
DK?
500, but even more, he makes every play in
Well,
life.
that he's always going to make every play.
But not every player makes every play in life.
But did
You know,
he
like
ha-
it's crazy.
Did he have
It's
to
crazy.
rob the Black Sox after they
Wild.
already
He
gave
had
you the
to.
game?
He had to.
Mickey
That would have
the
been first
ball-
and second, 1 out.
Dude.
If he doesn't make that play.
What about Mickey the ball? Was that ball fair?
No, but
Was it foul? What was it?
no, it looked questionable. The one that's out of play, the catch out of play, you know.
Was out of play.
But what Terry did say from before is that it's like a diagonal line. It's not a straight line. It's a diagonal line. So it's a gazy thing.
And there's no
like you say,
painted line.
it's like what you say in the video. If you're arguing that, Cole,
Your
you're
team
not winning the
stinks.
game. That's it. You're just not winning the game.
No winning team
They spoke-
argues out of play versus
They
foul
talked
ball.
themselves out of calls.
Oh my God.
They argued so much that it got the umps. Actually, they're human too. They got the umps being like strike one and being excited about it. I was like, oh my God. You know?
Right.
So I felt a little bad, but I'm like, yeah, you're out. I'm like, holy cow. It
Man,
was crazy.
Go back to history. No winning team argues out of play versus foul ball on a 17-footer to the right of first base.
It was wild.
You hit a crappy shot. It's a high pop. Whether the guy caught it here or here, like, I mean, you don't want to give it out for free, but winning teams just say, no, that should have been, and they move on.
Gotta turn the
This
page.
team had Jeffrey coming out. Jeffrey, you're not the captain. Saul coming out. Saul, you're not the captain. Walking right by me like I'm not even there. Like, we have rules in the league. The captain will talk to the guy. They're so out of their minds on that terrible team that they all think they should come on the field, stop the game forever, 3-minute full delay, and I think Henry should have gotten player of the week for telling them, shut up.
Yeah.
That deserved
Yeah.
player of the week for telling his stupid team to shut up. Okay,
It's fiery.
Dan, did we go through every team?
No.
By the way, Gabe having a great year at short.
Unbelievable year.
We have to mention that. He's
Unbelievable
been great. Leon Harari doing anything for you or
Dude,
nothing for you?
You're good for 1 to 2 bombs a game, and second base he's locking down.
Is he really?
Yeah. He's a specialist on going back on balls, the pop-ups. Dude, he's really embraced the field this year.
I got to mention Jimbo at short center, phenomenal.
Dude.
Gold glove worthy.
Gold glove worthy.
Hard to believe. His arm at short center is the best.
Making every play.
Turns every double play, but also fields every ground ball.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by his fielding.
Erwin
Cohen should be Gold Glove center fielder this year. He is the best fielding center fielder in the league this year. Although he's not hitting for you at all, you got to drop him in the lineup, Dan. You got to make moves. You get complacent.
But maybe you don't.
Don't get complacent.
I have my phone ring off the hook from outside people, not even in the league, you know, just being, but all very connected to the league for sure, you know, but just being like, dude, if you don't make a move, you're a clown, you know, like, and then that's also the regret that you also feel, like when you didn't go 4 outfilders TLM year for, who was up?
Farka,
yeah. How do you not go 4 outfielders?
Don't know how you don't go 4 outfielders there.
And that's why I've spoken to DK a lot and Abe Haber. We gotta act much more slowly and think it's
you have
through,
to slow the game down.
You have to slow the game down and understand. Do we need to, like against the Black Sox? Joe G was up first, man on first, 1 out, and I asked the team, do we want to go 4? And they said no, but at least we thought about it.
You thought
if you're
about
not
it,
thinking about it, then you're really just not in the game. You got to be in the game.
You also need to, you can't think of every scenario, but during the week, you got to go through multiple different things that could happen. What are we doing if we're, up by 2, open? Like, you got to go through things. What is our philosophy?
And you can't be afraid to change.
Right.
You can't be afraid to. So we went into the week trying to approach it this way, but play 4 outfielders, but they just went up the middle at will. We got to change. You got to change.
Got to adjust.
You can't just get beat all Sunday. And then you're like, oh, we lost the semis.
Right.
You know, we lost the semis in a quick 3-game series.
Do you think semis should be 3 or 5?
Five. So that the better team comes out.
Next year, we should do 3 or 5. If we go 5 teams in the playoffs, we have an extra week to play with, let's say. We should do 3 or 5, reward the 1, 2, 3 teams, and the winner of the 4-5 game with a longer semis.
For sure.
I think that's the way to do it. I think that solves everything. Dan, did we discuss every team? Pickles, yes. Black Sox, too much.
Biblical, a little bit.
Shake and bake?
Shake and bake. Ooh,
Let's talk shake and bake. They threw up a dud this week. They want to say the Pickles are great or whatever. That's fine. I'm fine with them splitting with the Pickles. I think the Pickles are really good. But
why a dud? But why a dud? Just
because they didn't show up for game 1. It was atrocious to see. They did not show up for the game in game 1.
I really think I think this team is the cream of the crop, because they're pitching and their defense.
So this is a reverse.
Now,
you're the cream of the crop.
Yeah. No, but they're with us.
Okay.
They're with us,
Not really. They're 2 games behind you.
Indisputable, we're the cream of the crop.
Indisputable.
But I think they are as well. They have Naby and they have their defense is locked down.
Yeah.
They're locked down.
Not really.
No.
Zach is locked down.
My week, the middle infield is ridiculous.
Okay.
Jacob Cohen, right?
Okay.
And Roland.
Ridiculous. And Jigga.
Yeah.
And Naby is a great fielder, although he missed a high pop.
Jigga, the great 6'1" catching for sure.
Game changer at the catch.
And who was 3B?
Third base is Mo Cass.
Yeah.
Not locked down.
Right.
He's not throwing the ball. He's hurt. He knows he could throw the ball if he pushes through the pain. So he says he's going to start doing that now. But he has not been locked down.
Haron in center.
Not locked down. Misses more balls coming in than anybody.
Loudon in left, not so
not
much
locked
speed,
down.
speed.
Who's in right? Los, locked down.
God,
Los is great. Not a great arm, but great in right field. Saban at first, whatever. Best hitter ever, but not a great fielder. Average fielder. He made more scoops this year than I ever thought, but they're good. They're great at certain positions, and then they're not great at other positions. So they are not locked down defensively as much as you think.
And we're saying, if they get swept, Biblical could,
Biblical will get the bye.
Get the bye. So I think they have a lot to still play for, a lot still at stake.
They got to win one.
They're looking to make some waves here.
They got to win one. You want that bye so badly. It's 2 wins in the first round. You're in the semis. You're 2 wins from the World Series.
But something to note about Shake and Bake, if your bottom of the lineup can hit,
they could hit.
Then you're in okay shape. You really are in more than okay shape. That's what really separates the great teams from the not so great teams. If you're 8, 9, and 10 is turning lineups over and getting back to the big guys, you're huge.
They don't have a spot in the lineup that doesn't hit.
Like, for example, it's not. I don't want to go back to it. We shouldn't belabor the point, but we were not so scared of the Black Sox bottom of the lineup.
Worst bottom of the lineup we've ever seen.
So if you have a bad bottom of the lineup, it's trouble.
Yeah.
You try to convince these people and sell them, but they got to truly believe it. every single person on your team has a role.
Yeah.
It will find you. It doesn't matter. We don't have to shake up the
find you.
lineup, man, because
I'll find you.
Yeah, it'll find you. You know, everybody's got a hit.
Yeah,
everybody.
I agree. Zach is really a phenomenal captain, and this year he went a little different. He went more offense, less pure defense everywhere than he usually does. It must have been by design, but he also thinks of every scenario. Like if he's walking a guy and it's the go-ahead run, he wants to do that. He knows what he's doing. He thought
He
about
wants
it.
to face this next guy. That's
That's it. And he's done it twice this year. So clearly he's saying, I don't care about putting the winning run on. I care about who's batting. You know, like that's his philosophy this year. Fine. He thinks of everything, and he has his team most weeks up and ready to do whatever they do, ready to to scream all day long.
Crazy. You got to be ready to face that team.
You got to be ready.
You have to have a real game plan.
You know what? When you played them on Memorial,
we had a game plan. We had a legitimate game plan.
Your game plan was, we're not responding, we're not looking,
no matter
we're not
what,
talking, we're not
because
doing
they
anything.
will get you. If you respond, you're done. You know.
I think your team has enough to go toe to toe with them.
Yeah, but they'll outgas us, man.
They?
Yeah, because they have a movie. They're going from a movie. We're going from like Brew Crew, like Cougar, like Shaker Man,
Mountain Dew.
They have things to go to from the
at
well.
At one point, and we'll end now because I know the hour is getting late, Dano. But at one point, Zach is on deck. Jigga's coaching first. Mocass coaching third. Aaron batting, and there's noise coming from everywhere. I'm like, how could you pitch through this?
A triangle of noise across the diamond to the gas.
Cougar, Mountain Dew,
plus 22 money line.
Money line.
What are we doing here? There's a great gas there, the money line gas.
Anyone could have jumped on the money line thing. But then you think it's going to stop, and it never stops.
It only intensifies.
3 hours, although your game was only 2 hours that week. You guys flew.
That's how you shut
game.
it down. You just got to make your plays. Make your plays.
Okay, so fine.
We didn't have Nano that week. It was tough. They didn't have Nabi that week.
Yeah.
So like both teams, if they face each other down the road,
it's different.
They're both feeling different. They're feeling more confident. We're feeling more confident. So it's going to be exciting.
The Nabi thing is interesting, though. You never saw him this year.
Never seen him, but they also never seen us with Nano. It's a different team. Dude, it's a different team. It's a much longer team.
They don't think it is, but it is. It's much different with Nano. Nano is ridiculous. Okay.
But every single time we've swept the team, after every result, no matter what, even every other team has left the field saying these guys are just, I don't understand what it is about these guys.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay, though, man. We know what we got in the locker room, man.
Do you want the respect from the league?
No, you deserve no respect yet. You deserve zero respect.
Okay.
And we're not getting it. Dude, you got to see this captain's chat. Every single person's like, we can win the championship. We can win the championship. But we can win the championship. We could win the championship, okay? We can. Yeah, the Brew Crew guy.
Wow, you're saying it.
No, I don't know.
Reverse.
Oh my God. Mark Messier,
we will win. We'll win tonight. We will win tonight. Okay.
It was all going great until this juncture. I lost it. Jimmy's going to be pissed at me.
Dude, Milwaukee is on fire. It's the center of the country right now.
Yeah.
All eyes on the Brew Crew. I really think you have a tough assignment against the Hipsters this week.
Absolutely.
I think they're one of the best teams in the league right now. You think we're going to have a playing game? You want to leave up on that?
I do.
We always do, so you think we're
going
to?
How could you not?
Dude,
everybody's one game different.
I know.
How could you not?
I know. I don't know. I guess it's going to be Pickles Beast Mode. I guess Beast Mode will split, Pickles will sweep.
We'll sweep. Right, we'll sweep Black Sox.
And then they'll play each other in a playing game, which is fine. Whoever wins, wins. I don't care.
Right.
I can't see Black Sox making a move, but you never know. Crazy.
That's why they play the games, baby. YMSL.
That's why we play. Okay, Dano, I love you.
It's great.
Great job. Mabruk on your baby, Leo's baby, Mickey
two babies. A lot of baby mazal.
A lot of baby mazal in Milwaukee. Good luck the rest of the way. You have the bye. Go get the 1 seed. Go win a game this weekend. Win 2 games. Just go on fire. Get to swimming 12-2, and keep the roll going. Keep it going.
Thanks, baby.
Dano, thank you for joining us, and good luck to everybody on Sunday morning.
Okay.